Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. I'm using the Light Seers way for our reading this week, our weekly reading from Monday the 14th of August through to Sunday the 20th of August. So I'm setting the intention for a reading for the highest and greatest good for the collective or anyone who views this video. So I'm asking now for a card for Monday. There we have the Ace of Swords. Tuesday, the King of Wands. Wednesday, the Queen of Pentacles. Thursday, the Fool. Friday, the Three of Wands. Saturday, the Temperance. And Sunday, the Nine of Swords. And then below at the base of the pack we have the Nine of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Eight of Cups, and the Ten of Cups, the Two of Cups, so we start off Monday with the Ace of Swords. So you can see there she has a light coming into her crown. So this is a gift from the divine, a change of thought, where we've really took up so much space in our heads with worry and overthinking and over analysing. We have been taking our time decluttering and cultivating our mind to not go into those stories that are worst case scenarios. So this is a wonderful time. And Monday afternoon, Leo, the moon moves into Leo from Cancer. So Cancer is very introvert, the mother, nurturing. Leo is very extrovert and enjoys the spotlight. So watch out for any ideas popping into your head. It's not to rush off and start to put everything into action, because Venus is still in her retrograde. She's still in her inferior. She's moving behind the sun. So this is a time of really looking into our hearts, allowing our minds to become clear and holding on to thoughts that empower us, not thoughts that weaken us or cause conflict in our bodies or in our lives. So taking our mind away from worry, because everything is turning out and going to be okay. So it's just keeping ourselves in this alignment. Venus is there working her magic, helping us to cultivate our heart and to actually see what's important in our lives and what we love. So these hidden gifts that we have suppressed out of fear of being different, out of fear of not fitting in, now we are starting to open up and express who we are in the most loving and gentle way. So Monday is a beautiful day of these ideas that are coming in now. These are gifts from the divine. Tuesday we have the King of Wands. Again, I see the Lion's Gate here. So even though the Lion's Gate is closed now, it's finished, we're still feeling the activations, we're still feeling the energies of the Lion's Gate. And as we're moving into a new moon in Leo on Tuesday, so this is a very potent time to really take what it is that we love. This is the entrepreneur of the tarot, very compassionate, a good counsellor. You can see there that he's holding on to his wand there with a flame coming from. So it's keep hold of your passion. We've got the strength of the lion there, and the confidence and the courage of the lion, the energy to move forward with whatever it is that is our passion. So whatever ideas are coming into your head, whatever it is that you are starting to really feel a deep connection with, this is our soul saying this is the way to go. Follow what brings you joy. Let go of the past and move, stay in this moment and start to feel the joy of stepping in to our most beautiful visions, and to just stay in a state of being, stay in a state of peace, focusing on what it is that is important to us, what lights us up from the inside, what absolutely opens our hearts. So wonderful upgrades that we are receiving and activations. And Tuesday we have the Queen of Pentacles, and she sat there in all that beautiful nature, and green is standing out to me in this card. Again, we're still in the sun sign of Leo, and Wednesday is a new moon in Leo also. So we have all this Leo energy. So the new moon is when the moon turns off a light. She goes into a place of resting, recharging her batteries, and she draws in the energy for the next 28 days ahead for the full moon cycle. So she's drawing in the energy, and this new moon is in between two super moons. The full moon at the end of the month is in Pisces, and it's a super blue moon. So Pisces all around completion. So we're in this new moon is in between two full moons, which brings in extra energy. So Wednesday really sitting, and it's this new moon is different, as in not going out and starting anything new, because Venus still is in retrograde. It's to take in all the ideas, feel the energy, sit in this beautiful place of being. The Queen of Pentacles, wherever she sits, she will become abundant. She doesn't have to chase. She doesn't have to force anything. She sits, and the energy, the abundance flows to her, the prosperity flows to her, because she sits in that place of alignment, of peace, keeping her head, her heart in alignment, and focusing on prosperity. Prosperity comes in finances, so an increase of finances, an increase in our physical well-being. She sat there, she has her eyes closed, so she's still dreaming. She's holding on to that pentacle there. She's not gripping hold of it. She's just resting her hand there, and she sat dreaming in that beautiful place of greenery, just absorbing the energy. So Wednesday is a very prosperous new moon, with all this Leo energy giving us the courage and the confidence to stand in our light and to actually step onto the path that we are drawn to, our hearts, by our hearts, not anything that is an illusion in our head, but where our heart is guiding us, where our soul is guiding us. So a wonderful new moon to really go out into nature, feel the energy of nature, how it just goes through its cycle without any force, without any kind of control. It just, every season it changes, and we are going through immense change. We are changing on the inside. We are really looking at the landscape within, the environment that we are creating within, because that is the environment that we'll create on the outside. So as Venus is moving into she's in a retrograde and in a inferior phase, so it's just asking us to really look into our heart at what strengthens us and what disempowers us, and go with what strengthens us, go with what empowers us and brings us joy. So we are ultimately co-creating in this reality. We all know that, and to really focus on that now, because this is what we've come here to do. So as we sit and we focus and we stay in that place of just being, just seeing the visions, feeling them, not then going into trying to force them to happen, but just taking our time. And as we start moving forward, synchronicities start to show up on our path, opportunities, and we know it's the aligned path for us to follow. So wonderful time of rest, closing her eyes there. And she has blue eyeshadow, so she's connecting with the spiritual, asking questions, and then being aware of the answers during our daily life. They'll come up through synchronicities. Connecting with spirit also during this time, because the veil is very thin. Our loved ones are around us, guiding us. Now our ancestors are guiding us during this time. Thursday we have the Fool, and this is where we take a leap, a quantum leap. What feels right for us to do, that's what we do. And whether it is in our careers, our relationship, our finances, whatever it is, there's change coming, and this change is written in the stars, it's written in the cosmos. The cosmos is shifting and moving around now to gear us and guide us on our path of ascension. So there's new beginnings coming in where we'll see things differently because we've done the inner work. And it is like when we're peeling the skin off an onion, we take off one layer and then there's another, and we take that, and as we're peeling those layers, it's stuck. And this is what it's like when we start to peel away our layers. They're intricately woven together with our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs, with the concept of who we think we are, or what we think our reality is. And as we start to peel away at those layers, things become clear. All the energy that it's took to keep us in that shell, in the protection of our limited beliefs, all the energy it takes to keep us there, as we start peeling away and stepping out and breaking free from those woven beliefs and concepts, we start to gain more life force energy. The motivation's there. And so, and Mars is moving direct, and Mars is a personal planet. So when Mars is moving direct, and Mars is in Virgo, and Virgo is an earth sign, so it's helping us to move forward, giving us the motivation, giving us the energy to attain our most beautiful desires. So we have all the energy to help us to move forward, but to take our time, not to rush into anything. The Fool is the card that's connected to Uranus, that's in retrograde in Taurus, together with Jupiter. So things shifting, and sometimes this is really uncomfortable, but the uncomfortableness of these shift and changes are our old beliefs, our habits, and as we start to move through them and see the expansion that occurs when we start to shift through our old beliefs, it's one of a freedom, and we start to create from divine source energy. We create from our original blueprint, as everything's shifting inside for us to achieve that. We've come here to do that. And so the Fool is around taking that quantum leap now. We've done so much work, we've gained so much wisdom. It's time for us to just step forward with our heads held high, opening our hearts and allowing our path to open up in front of us. Thursday we have the Three of Wands, and she's getting ready there to surf the ocean. And I always see the ocean as our consciousness, our higher consciousness, and she's looking into the horizon for unknown ships coming towards her. Because when we start to visualize how we are feeling and what our beliefs are, that's what we will manifest. It may look different to our vision. So things coming in, being flexible, being able to find the joy in the opportunities that come in that we've not thought of. The universe brings to us wonderful experiences when we're in alignment, when we start trusting our soul path. And she's there, she has 3 wands all ablaze there, surveying the ocean of infinite possibilities, and getting ready to surf it, to ride the ocean, to ride the possibilities that are coming in, to feel the excitement of that. Saturday we have the Temperance. You can see this angel, this male angel, sat there balancing the earth and the sun, or it may be the moon and the sun. The moon and the sun, the divine masculine, the divine feminine. And again, there's that infinity symbol that keeps showing itself to us when we're doing these readings. And this is as above, so below, as within, so without, reminding us of the spiritual law of cause and effect. So whatever we put out, that is what will come back. And so when we see imbalances in our outside world, it's to go within. And this is a card of healing. It's a card showing us all the aspects of ourselves, our victim, our rescuer, our past lives, everything that we are dealing with in this moment. So we are alchemizing anything that's out of alignment with our divine masculine, with our divine feminine. So we're looking at our mother, our father, because they are our role models, and how that has affected us in our relationships with males, females, because that will bring either an imbalance, some kind of disharmony. We've all come into this life with something. We wouldn't be here. So when we look at the mother figures in our lives and the father figures, and how we feel about them, because if it invokes and conjures up some hurt, then it's a time of alchemizing that. And this is the most beautiful time to do that. Just sit. Venus is taking us into those depths, but the sun is shining its light on those areas of the underworld that we've never visited, we've never been there before. We have constantly just gone into those reactions, those triggers from unseen imbalances of the divine, of the male and the masculine in our lives. So when we look at where we've come from, and we have love for ourselves, and honour where we've come from, and honour the males and the females in our lives that have been our role models, or whatever they have taught us in our lives, because our soul asked for these lessons, asked to be born to our parents. Our parents accepted us. So there's a deep healing occurring with Venus going into a retrograde, asking us to really look at the past, not here, what's happening here. Actually look into the past at what we have come through, and be open and actually feel it, and not to sit and dwell there, because the moment we see it, light comes in and creates healing. So he's an angel. So calling on our angels, to Archangel Jamiel helps us to do life review, and these memories will pop up from nowhere, and it's maybe something that we've forgotten, but it makes so much sense to how we're feeling in our relationships in this time. So we are being held in this loving embrace of the divine, of the angels, of our loved ones in spirit, our ancestors holding us while we do our reflecting and our healing. So Saturday is a time of deep healing, and this is we have two major arcanas this week, Thursday and Saturday. Keep ourselves balanced. How are we feeling? And if we're feeling uncomfortable inside, know that there's something coming up from the past. It's coming up within us in that moment, to actually sit with and draw light into it. Ask for the insights, ask for the guidance. And as we start to ask, we receive answers that come really quickly. It might come in that moment, it might come via someone speaking to us, or something that we see. Spirit acts in a miraculous way to get our attention and to bring those answers to us when we're quiet. We are still, when we have a quiet mind. So Saturday, sitting with our angels, calling on Archangel Jamiel for some reflection, for life review, to help us where we may be out of balance with our divine masculine and our divine feminine. And then Sunday we have the Nine of Swords. So the nines are a completion. So this is where we have sat and in despair, worrying about things, and she's clothed in red. So it's all old beliefs. It's fear of loss, it's fear of not having enough. Whatever comes from our ancestors, whatever we have inherited from our family line, our lineage. But it's coming to a completion as we see that those worries, those thoughts get us absolutely nowhere, only in despair. And the light that is growing within each and every one of us now, as we peeled away those layers, is so bright that it is starting to shine through these old illusions. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So from the Nine of Swords, we move to the Nine of Pentacles, and you can see that she is reaching out up and plucking those pentacles from the tree. There is a bird there, an owl. So again, it's the wisdom that comes in. That's abundance. The wisdom that comes in from the divine, from our ancient wisdom, from divine wisdom. It's all coming together, merging together now. The ancient wisdom is grounding us, helping us with ritual and our shamanic practices. The divine is helping us and calling in for our teachers, our angels, our divine helpers. So we're bringing in the connection, that higher consciousness. We're connecting with it, but we're bringing it in, and we're drawing up ancient wisdom, that we'll start doing something and it feels so familiar, but then we get all the insights while we're doing it. I hope this makes sense, because it's only when we start doing it that it all makes sense. So we start to do rituals, and we do them in such a way that there's a process, and as we're going through the process, we're receiving the guidance, we're receiving the wisdom as we are doing the practices. So wonderful time of really connecting now to our inner mystic, inner sage, and all the messages are there. And then we have the High Priestess again, coming into the inner mystic. She has that beautiful tube of pink light, and as I'm looking at that, I'm seeing the light from Venus coming in, mixing with the moon, the divine feminine coming in, activating our third eye as we stay in peace, and we stay in and listen and feel it build, feel the essence of who we truly are building within us, listening to those inner messages that come through with such love and so many insights. And there she has the crescent moon. So again, this is our intuition, working with our guides and our angels. And the High Priestess is stepping into each and every one. into our divine feminine, to bring her into alignment, to activate our intuition, to activate that wisdom that is within us. We run here, there and everywhere, taking snippets of wisdom when it's all within us. And as we go in and listen, each word creates a volume, a powerful expression, and each word is filled with magic. So going within, connecting with our high priestess within. She's moved through Lemuria, through Atlantis, and it is awakening now within us, awakening and bringing the memory of who we truly are. And then we have the Eight of Cups. So as we do this, as we go in and we build and build and build this energy within us, letting go of the chaff, just like we do at harvest, taking the fruits and letting go of everything else. This is what we've been doing within, with our thoughts and our emotions and our actions. And then the Eight of Cups, and you can see there she is leaving a cup behind that's full, but she's walking towards the sunset, into a new dawning. So this card is asking us not to hold on to anything in this physical realm. Allow things to come and go. No, this material realm will perish. It disintegrates. It doesn't last. And as we are able to let go without having all these emotional connections with everything and everyone, and we realize that as we are letting go of everything that we've built around us based on our own self-worth, if a lack of self-worth, disempowerment, our false beliefs, as we are letting all this fall away now, holding on to things and stressing over keeping them. And as we let go of all that, we start then to move into a new horizon, seeing that once we start having these mystical experiences, when we see these synchronicities and the angels coming in, our loved ones leaving signs everywhere, actually hearing them and seeing them, whether we see them with our vision or in our third eye, our mind's eye, or feel them or smell them, the aroma, we start to know that there's a veil that is so between worlds. And as we start to move through that veil, we step into an expansion, and our spiritual, mental, emotional and physical bodies all come into alignment. Because with these energies, it's very easy to get lost in the spiritual, but we've got to remember, and I hold my hands up there, I do spend a lot of time in the spiritual, because that's what I do every day, and I've done for over 30 years. So, but it's about bringing that spiritual into this physical, grounding it, and allowing the divine to create around us the visions that we're focusing on. Because once we start focusing on them, it's like every thought. If we keep having the same thought over and over again, it becomes a belief, and that creates a structure in our physical world. When we start letting go of all those beliefs and realizing every thought is a puff of energy, it's coming from our history, it's coming from what somebody may have said to us, or what we are we have a assumption about, and that's all it is. It's not real. It's good when we're creating, when we're doing painting or writing and connecting with the higher realms. And as I'm speaking, my crown is beginning to pulsate, so there's an activation occurring during this reading. So just take some nice deep breaths and just surrender into peace and the beauty of who we truly are. We are not what's happening on the outside. I'll rephrase that. What's happening on the outside is, if it's triggering us, then we are creating a connection. We're connecting, we're creating a bond. And so when we start to really come back within and know that everything around us is in a state of change, and things are changing so quickly now, and sometimes that change can be challenging. And as we move through these changes, we do receive the wisdom and the gifts of these changes. And once we start to see that no matter how much we go into resistance, and that Zen saying, that quote, "Come or be dragged," this is what happens, because our soul is going to take us into those beautiful new horizons. But if we want to hold on and take all this with us, it's a completely different vibration. So it's about letting go and walking. And that is a new landscape that we've never stepped on before. And then we have the Two of Cups. This is love. This is romantic love. So if you've been going through some challenges in your relationships, if you haven't had a relationship, as we start to let go of those beliefs, those old beliefs that have kept us stuck, we start to then draw love into us. And you can see two hands entwined there, and rainbow light coming from each one. So this is a balancing of our chakras. So when our chakras are balanced, and they are beautiful, vibrant rainbow light, and as they transcend, they do change colour. So this is a meeting of someone on the same frequency, on the same wavelength. So know it's coming in as we let go of the old. Divine love comes into our lives, first within us and then with people. And then the final card is the Ten of Cups again. There we go. The Two of Cups there with the rainbow coming from the fingertips. All the way up to the Ten of Cups where they're sat together, embraced and enfolded in that beautiful rainbow. All those cups overflowing with joy, with love, with spiritual connection, with health and well-being. Lots of angelic energy coming through this card. So a wonderful week ahead of letting go and allowing those old cycles to close out instead of jumping back in it again and going round and round and round. Stepping off and really allowing those old cycles to break, and because they are like chains that bind us, and as we let them go, those chains fall away, those layers fall away, the veil between the realms, the higher realms, the spiritual realms are becoming translucent. We have so much help assisting us and guiding us this time, during this lifetime. We've done the work lifetime after lifetime, and now we're on the precipice of stepping into a new reality. Hold on to your vision, feel the energy, the empowerment that joy brings, and we can't get it from outside. No one can make us happy. This is our reality. This is our responsibility. And as we come within and create with our true expression, our divine expression, then we step in, we're moving through this portal. We have this new moon in Leo on Wednesday at the middle of the week. So we're moving there into this middle of the week where we're shifting through this portal. We're going to gather energy on the new moon from Leo, from all the planets that are assisting us during the new moon, all the way up to the full moon at the end of the month. So we've turned a corner. We're still going there. Things may still come to the surface, but don't hang on to them. Don't allow them to create stories. Don't allow old emotions from past to spill out and bleed out into the people around us. This is our responsibility and our healing. We've done so much work now. So I'm sending so much love. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and thank you so much for listening. God bless. Thank you.